Hi everybody, I'm Amy from the Cauldron. Today I'm going to be dyeing using this lovely Razzle Dazzle fibre reactive dye from Dharma. See, it's a beautiful purple there. I've already dissolved 0.1 gram of dye in here. I'm going to be dip dyeing this cotton silk yarn. I've got 10 grams of that, and I've got 5 meters of this pink cotton embroidery floss. Now, I've never dip dyed cotton before. I've only ever done wool, so I don't know how this will turn out. But I'm just going to treat it exactly like I do cotton, wool I mean. This has been soaking in soda ash for a while. I set this up ages ago. So I'm just going to keep going in and out like this. Hopefully we'll get all the dye into the yarn. Might have to go a lot slower than I normally do. Not much is binding to the yarn at the moment. So what I think I'll do is wrap it around like that and just leave that end bit in there. It's just a tiny bit. Leave that in there, and then in a few minutes I'll come and dunk a little bit more in and a little bit more, and we'll just keep going like that, see how that works out. It's been 5 minutes and it does look a little bit darker, I think, so I'm going to just give it a turn, let that sit in there, and just keep doing this until I've got a good amount of dye on the yarn. It's been another 5 minutes and it does look like it's starting to get a bit more colour, so I'm just going to keep rolling in a little bit more each time. So if this was an animal fibre, I could just dip in and out quite quickly and it would have a lovely dip dyed effect. Oops. Well, there's a flaw in my otherwise brilliant plan to hold this up. Where did my spoon go? Oh, my spoon's in there. Oh, that's hot. That's hot. Ouch. Fortunately, it's not boiling. There we go. I'm just going to leave this and keep dipping in every 5 minutes or so. I'm down to the last little bit now, so just see how it looks. Oh yeah, it is quite faded. Nice dip by colour. I like that. There's still quite a bit of dye left in there, so I'm just going to give that a quick dunk in there. Yeah, I think I'm going to set this aside to cool down, and I'll use the rest of this dye for another project. But this has been a very interesting lesson in how to dip dye using plant-based fibres rather than animal-based fibres. Our dip dyed yarn has completely cooled down now, so I can wash this in some plain cool tap water. I'm not expecting there to be any bleeding, but a little bit of washing up liquid. It doesn't have to be fairy, it can be whatever you've got, and just to help remove any excess dye, but I don't think there is anything in here. So I'm just going to wash this out and then I can hang it out to dry. Here's our finished dip dyed yarn and floss. It's a very subtle shift from sort of a lilac-y colour up to a very, very pale pink. Now the floss does look a little bit darker, but that's because it was a pale pink floss to begin with. So if we look, it's come to focus. There we go. We have a look here, see that is very, very close to the colour that it was to start off with. and it goes down to a nice sort of lilac there. So there is a shift in colour, but it is very subtle. And again, with this yarn, you can see, yes, there is a difference, but it's very subtle too. And I'll give you a sneak peek. This yarn I dyed with the leftover dye from this one. Now this was probably in the pot for about half an hour, that end. This was in the pot for I think 10 minutes, and it got all the dye. So that's something I really need to experiment with, how I can get cotton yarn like this to absorb more colour. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I aim to produce a new dyeing tutorial every Monday, and in each video I hope to try something different. So either a different dye or a different technique or a different fibre type or a different combination of dyes, or just I try to make every video different. Thank you so much for watching.